Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. I'm back with another video. It's called What Will Be Pandemic Number 2. And basically, I've pulled up this article. It says, Who orders worldwide lockdowns as Australia reports first human bird flu case? Right? So basically, the title says what would be number two because that's what we're waiting on. I mean, we're waiting on a lot of things, right? But we understand that the least of the world, the World Health Organization, the WF, all these different alphabet elite groups of the world are planning something that's called the New World Order, right? So their thing is order out of chaos. They need things to be in disarray, and chaos to bring in their order, which will be ultimately now in the last days, the New World Order, the MOTB. All roads lead to the MOTB for these people. So that's what they're trying to bring in. So when I seen this title, it says who orders worldwide lockdowns as Australia reports first human bird flu case, is it was interesting to me because I can't imagine what's going to happen once the next lockdown comes. Where will we go from there? Because we already witnessed the first lockdown and it kind of went crazy, and now they're trying to bring in the next one, which will come. The second lockdown is coming. So we got different troops being poured in through the migrants that's coming and different things to bring order, because obviously, the lack of trust in the government and everything. The good old boys, the everyday American, they're not having these lockdowns. Even Trump said plenty of times, we won't comply. Different things have been said, right, leading up to the time that we're fast approaching, which is the next lockdown. So I'll get this, but something you should watch and check out is Bill Gates and what he has to say about the first pandemic that happened and now what he has to say about the second one, because we all understand that a second one will come because everyone's talking about it. So here you go.
And we didn't listen. What's the next thing you're warning us about that's going to happen 5 years from now that we're not listening to at the present?
Well, I didn't want to be right. What I wanted to do was
I understand. I'm not saying you won. Everybody loses. Nobody wins with this. And I'm not saying that this is not an end zone dance. I'm just saying, what else are we not listening to that we need to take action on now?
Well, the idea of a bioterrorist attack is kind of the nightmare scenario because they're a pathogen with a high death rate would be picked. Now, the good news is, I'm not trying to depress you, it's tough enough right now, that most of the work we're going to do to be ready for pandemic 2, I call this pandemic 1, most of the work we'll do to be ready for that are also the things we need to do to minimize the threat of bioterrorism.
Well, Mr. Gates, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for the efforts you and your organization are doing to try to find the cure for this. And we'll see you again. Stay safe.
All right. Great time.
Give our best to everyone.
All right, let me see if I can actually find something. Nope, can't find it here. Here we go. Well, this is not actually it. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for something I watched earlier. Trying to see it was on here, but don't seem like I can find it. Let's see. Forgot what it was. Alex Jones. All right, well, I can't find it. So anyway, this is a simple blowing of the trumpet. So notice what he said. We'll actually probably play that again.
You tried to warn us about this pandemic, and we didn't listen. What's the next thing you're warning us about that's going to happen 5 years from now that we're not listening to at the present?
Well, I didn't want to be right. What I wanted to do is
I understand. I'm not saying you won. Everybody loses. Nobody wins with this. And I'm not saying that you're this is not an end zone dance. I'm just saying, what else are we not listening to that we need to take action on now?
Well, the idea of a bioterrorist attack is kind of the nightmare scenario because they're a pathogen with a high death rate would be picked. Now, the good news is, I'm not trying to depress you, it's tough enough right now, that most of the work we're going to do to be ready for pandemic 2, I call this
So notice he said ready for pandemic 2. So they're saying blatantly, basically, there's going to be a pandemic 2. And now, a good sign that since we understand their plans, the Bible says we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, right? So we understand that they're coming in with a pandemic 2 to bring in more lockdowns, to put more stuff inside the human bodies, which you have to get into that for yourself because they're very sensitive on certain things. But basically, I believe it's the C ragamuffin. They want to put the C ragamuffin up in you, and so yeah. Notice he said pandemic 2.
Pandemic 1. Most of the work we'll do to be ready for that are also the things we need to do to minimize the threat of bioterrorism.
Right, and it was all just a huge test. The first one was a huge test to see how everyone react. They got all the information needed, and now they know how to bring out the number 2 one to make it more devastating. So who orders worldwide lockdowns as Australia reports first human bird flu case? And I did my own fact checking on this, and I mean it just posted, today. I mean it could have just posted right now. I'm not too sure. There's no information on it, but I see. So there's no information on worldwide lockdowns. There's no video of no news article saying they actually did this. At least it didn't pop up on my Google search right now. The last update is from May 21st. It says H5N1 bird flu is widespread in wild birds worldwide and is causing outbreaks in poultry and U.S. dairy cows, with one recent human case in a U.S. dairy worker, right? While the current public health risk is low, CDC is watching the situation carefully and working with states to monitor people with animal exposure. So all you need to think back is to 2019, 2021 when that first one happened and how crazy it got, how people, lost jobs and different things. It was just, a bad time for some people, right? So they're trying to bring that again. And it's basically, it might be the thing that's going to start the shutdown of Babylon the Great. Let's get to some of this article. So it's something to look out for. Once again, by the people's voice, the WHO orders worldwide lockdowns as Australia reports first human bird flu case. The World Health Organization, WHO, has ordered governments to prepare to initiate harsh new lockdowns after Australia reported its first human case of bird flu on Wednesday, that being today, it being 5/22/24. Its current time is 4:31 p.m. Let me see. It's actually 5:31. According to reports, authorities in Australia claim a child was infected with avian influenza in India and brought the disease to Australia. This is the first confirmed human case of highly pathogenic avian influenza in Australia. Dr. Claire Looker, the state's chief health office, declared in a statement. And there's no video or anything about this information on here. So, well, maybe I could check this thing out right quick.
Karmali. Today we're looking at the restaurant chain sector. My guest is Randy Watts, Senior Portfolio Manager at O'Neill Global Advisors. It's been a challenging year so far for stocks of the legacy fast food chains. The likes of McDonald's, Burger King parent Restaurant Brands International.
All right, I don't know what that's talking about. It says the child experienced a severe infection but is no longer unwell and has made a full recovery. The case in Victoria involves an H5N1 virus, but the strain is not the same as those responsible for outbreaks in the United States, Looker said. A farm worker in Texas tested positive for the virus earlier this year as it spread through the U.S. cattle herd. Australia is the only continent where animals have so far stayed free of the H5N1 avian influenza virus, but authorities on Wednesday said a different strain of highly pathogenic bird flu had been detected at an egg farm near Melbourne, right? So basically, what caught my eye was the title. You can read into this. Like I said, there's no video or anything, but if these the worldwide lockdowns come back, hey, this could be the start of it all, right? So, with that, that's pretty much it. It's just blowing the trumpet. Job 9:24 says the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who he is, because obviously the world is given to the hand of the wicked, and they're trying to kill off, billions of people, right? And this is one of the ways they will do that. Revelations 13. We'll start at We'll start at 15, right? So all roads lead to the MOTB, all their plans lead to the MOTB, which is New World Order, with the microchipping of all humans, right? Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So, and the way he does that is through his power, through his laws and different things, right? Boasting in his power, the New World Order, and basically his different laws and all of that, right? So that's how he's causing this image to speak, right, and cause as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So if you're not conforming to the New World Order, to the laws, of the world, basically, which is the New World Order, then you pretty much be put to death. Right here in Revelation 13 and 16, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666. Right? So that's Esau Edom's plan. The rulers of the world, which are wicked, this is their plan, and they're going to do this by the chaos being brought upon the earth. And one of the ways, as stated here by your guy Bill Gates, number 2 will be on the way, right? So with that, this is blowing the trumpet. Shalom.